into the world, into the hub, into the event spaces, into the practice spaces. And then that can drive people who are interested in medical topics to actually
Mm-hmm.
find the physician's practice spaces.
Okay,
One of
cool.
the ways that we're able to really amplify is by creating events, right? From
Mm-hmm.
large events like you saw Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Greenleaf's lecture on women's health. It's the first public medical lecture in the metaverse. So that, that's a great way to get people in, to get them excited, to get them understand. We're having other events, like, so for example, Dr. Greenleaf actually had a Q&A in her
Mm-hmm.
practice space, like an open Q&A, like you would at a health
Mm-hmm.
fair or like at the
Right.
YMCA or something. And she was able to be there and answer questions. And these are all ways to get people excited. Another way to drive people is through amplification through social media. Obviously, this is a
Mm-hmm.
Facebook Meta product, so
Mm-hmm.
they have great communities that are, I mean, there's 25,000 people who are in these groups who are actively posting. We also have doors that are coming, and by doors that means ways for people to find us
Mm-hmm.
in the Women in Horizon world. There's like a hub world
Mm-hmm.
that highlights
Oh,
women
cool.
created areas. And then also soon we're hoping to be featured on some of the world tours that happen. So those are a couple
Oh,
of the ways
cool.
that people might find it.
Yeah.
Also, we have people around who are, talking about it and bringing people in.
Mm-hmm. I imagine it's not too different from finding interests on social media, sort of in
Yeah.
general, like on Facebook, finding like those groups or whatever. So yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome.
Um, okay. Sorry, um, well, cool. Well, I'm interested in checking out some of this space.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's go take a look. You're pretty
Okay.
comfortable moving around? I know you had said that you
Yeah,
had been
yeah,
in
I
here
think so.
before. Okay,
I think so.
okay,
I'm not super experienced, but I've been. Oh,
okay.
cool.
So here, this is the HouseCall VR lobby and hub, and this hosts all of the doors that anyone can that's a part of the HouseCall sort of solar system.
Mm-hmm.
This is the hub here is set up to host an event. Like we could have a smaller
Mm-hmm.
event here where
Mm-hmm.
we could have. Anything from a smaller lecture to like a panel discussion, something like that could
Mm-hmm.
definitely be
Mm-hmm.
here in the hub. It also is a place for people to be able to find what it is that we're doing, like, well, what's our
Mm-hmm.
update, what's happening next, that kind of thing. Like Dr. Greenleaf's lecture was obviously, hyped in here and everybody
Right.
could see it. And they can always find their way sort of back to here. It's not really a
Yeah.
place where anybody would, if there's no event, would spend a whole lot of time, but it's a great place for
Mm-hmm.
everybody to see. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, as you can see, these are our initial worlds. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I told you I'm a podiatrist. So as a
Mm-hmm.
subject matter expert, it seemed like podiatry was, kind of a
Sure.
no-brainer. And in each of these areas, what you'll notice is there's a podiatry world, which has fun games and interactions in there. And then on the other side, someone can actually go and see the practices that are affiliated with us,
Mm-hmm.
and visit that practice. We have the same for dermatology world, and then down there,
Mm-hmm.
women's health world, we have Dr. Greenleaf's practice world. We're still working on women's health world.
Okay.
And then at the end there, of course, we have our auditorium, which you had seen
Mm-hmm.
already with Dr. Greenleaf.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Um, so I'm gonna let's see. So this is interesting. Uh,
So if you push the button there that says Brandywine Podiatry, you'll be able to actually see a door.
oh yeah.
And if you were to push the button Visit World, then you'd go in there and visit the practice space of Brandywine Podiatry. This is
Oh,
this is in effect our product, right?
right.
This is what we're offering to healthcare providers, is that they'll have an easy entry that's
Mm-hmm.
connected to our hub. And they're not just, anybody could come in here and create a world, But
Mm-hmm.
for our house call partners, they're able to have a space where people could come in, where we can host events, where we can
Mm-hmm.
amplify through all of our mechanisms their
Mm-hmm.
presence here in the metaverse.
That's cool. So if I visited through here, would I be able, like, would it be like connecting me to someone by phone? Like how would I, or how would I be connected to the
Well, dude,
practice?
let's go visit. Well, how about we go? You want to
Okay.
just go hit
Is this
visit,
the
and
button?
then yep, that's the button, and
Okay.
I'm gonna come too.
Okay.
Melissa, are you
Okay.
gonna come too?
Oh.
Oh, so I know. So here we are. We have now
Oh,
spawned
cool.
into the virtual practice space of Brandywine Podiatry.
Okay,
As you can
cool.
see, we have a disclaimer here. We do not give medical advice. It's for informational
Right.
purposes only. We are not
Okay.
a telehealth platform.
Right. Yeah, and we did talk about that. Okay, cool. So, what
So
is
this effectively
all
functions
right.
as a website, right?
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
is
right.
all of the information. This is what who we are, what we do, what are some of the things that are important to us. Um, Someone can take a photo of these numbers. They
Right.
could call. They could say, "Oh, Middletown, that's cool."
Yeah. So yeah, you could just take a screen grab and then you'd have the phone
Yep.
number. Cool.
And then eventually there'll be additional functionality, right? We right now we can't bring video in yet, but that's all going to
Mm-hmm.
happen. There's these
Yeah.
cross platform technology. You're going to be able to send a message to our Facebook page quickly, right?
Right.
Like that's all going to be integrated soon.
Cool. So we have all right. Oh, then that's how you get back to the hub.
Yep, you can get back
And
to the
oh,
hub, or you can go
cool.
visit Podiatry World. Over here you can see some things like clicking onto parts of a website, who the doctors are,
Oh,
and
sure.
just for Horizon users, if you see that little sparkle, yeah, that usually means
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is cool.
so. This is a very basic sort of
Mm-hmm.
model. I'll let you kind of go through it if you want.
Oh, okay. This is cool. So yeah, you had mentioned it sort of has like a WebMD, like maybe if you suspect you might have a certain ankle condition or something, you can check these out and maybe
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
Um.
building. Our plan is to build a library of content, right? I mean, this is still sort of very kind of very basic from a standpoint of interaction, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
imagine when we can create an experience the same way you were teleported into this room. You'd
Mm-hmm.
be teleported into the ankle joint. You'd be teleported
Mm-hmm. Right.
within the tendon, right? Like that's sort of the next generation of this. And the amazing thing, Holly, that I think we talked about is that this application is going to be available in a mobile application later this year.
Mm-hmm.
So all of
Right.
this
Yeah.
content is going to be available for people to interact with in a three-dimensional way, by the end of this year. And so for doctors, to say, hey, it's one more tool in their belt to say, oh, you have plantar fasciitis? Well, go check out this interactive, informational that we have available through our Horizon House Call practice space.
Yeah. That's cool. So how long was this in development? Like just for the, you know, putting the whole thing together and um
Um, it actually came together quite quickly. It's only been a couple of
yeah.
months, actually. Yeah.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I have an amazing team. Pigeon number 12 is an
Mhm.
amazing, very talented scripter and builder. We have Ashes to Ashes, who is, one of the, also just an amazing top builder. We have E.M. Halsey is our anatomic modeler. She's a physician's assistant, and she does
Oh
all of
cool.
our
Yeah, these
anatomic
these
modeling.
models are
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. She's incredible. I mean, she's really, you know, the team just couldn't be better. Just could not be
Mm.
better.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
if you want, we can go next. We could go. We could check out Podiatry World and kind of get an
Sure.
idea. For somebody who's maybe not looking to like meet like find out about a doctor's office, but is just looking for
Mhm.
fun things to do. We really wanted to
Sure.
create like some fun experiences for people to come in, because a lot of people they come in here, they want to play games, they want to hang out with their
Mhm.
friends. It's a social experience, and so we
Right.
really wanted to sort of cater that to get people excited about it. So if we head
Okay.
through here, we can go directly to Podiatry World.
Uh,
All right, I'll see you there.
okay.
Hi there.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
So here we are. This is Podiatry World, right? So this is
Mhm.
kind of the place where probably somebody would come who would be interested in, playing a game. What is Podiatry World? That's cool.
Mhm.
What is that all about? I don't even
Yeah.
know. Well, let me show you around a little bit. We
Sure.
intentionally made these spaces, um, kind of grounded in reality, right? Like we could have made it
Mhm.
anything, but we did it
Mhm.
on purpose because we wanted people to understand, kind of, had like a frame of reference for what it is that
Yeah.
they're walking into. If you go up to the shoes here, you can see like a little, cool informational pop up that we did. The
Mhm.
shoes are, of course, created in
Mhm.
here. I have teenagers, so I had to run it by them to make sure they were cool enough to put out in the world. They said yes, so there we go.
All right.
You can also see here the doors to the podiatry practice, right? Like right now we
Uh-huh.
have one representative practice, but
Right.
this
Right.
is again another touch point for our customer to have people be able to come in here, hang out with the shoes, go play the game that we'll show you, go find the cute
Okay.
little Easter eggs that are hidden around, and but then also have a way to like, oh, wow, there's a podiatrist in here. That's really interesting. I wonder if there's one near me, that when
Yeah.
hoping to have like a
Yeah.
search function eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So, how about we go check out the game?
Okay.
So the game that we have developed for here is about toenail fungus. I know it's not glamorous, but it is definitely something that
Yeah.
that I talk about every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I
Mm-hmm.
said, not glamorous, but I talk about it every day. Lots of people have it, and so I thought, wow, why don't I use this amazing immersion, like this unbelievable way to teach people? Why don't I like make some fun game and say,
Mm-hmm.
instead of like explaining it like just by talking or by pictures, we can actually show them. So that's
Yeah.
right through here.
Okay.
So, here we have some, informational about this. And the cool thing is that, we can repurpose these spaces, Holly, for
Mm-hmm.
anything, right? Like we
Mm-hmm.
could make this about plantar fasciitis. We could make this about
Right.
like diabetic neuropathy, which is a
Sure.
very
Sure.
serious condition
Mm-hmm.
that, education is really, really important. And again, gives our providers that are connected, an opportunity too to say, hey, we'd love to see this in the world, things like that. So here, we have some information about the different various treatments, and that's what the game is about. If you look over here, we have a fun little thing that you can do. If you pick up that little drill there, you
Okay.
can.
Wait a minute. I'm a little close.
There you go, got it.
Okay.
Put it in the nail. Put it near the nail.
Ah. Uh-oh. Come back. Oh, oh no. All right. Oh my gosh. That's cool.
Right. So, this is one like really amazing. I have to
Yeah.
give Pigeon a shout out here for this. It's really like a fun thing. So there you go.
Yeah.
I brought some some younger people in here, and this was a big hit with everybody.
Well, no, now I'm too far. But anyway. Okay.
Oh, you can leave it there. It'll return back.
Okay. Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay.
So how about we go play the game?
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna come over here and step on the pad, and then we can go in and play the game.
Okay.
All right. Oh, here's training time. Okay. Topical treatments.
Okay. Okay. Ah. Cool. All right.
Oh, okay. This is my favorite one here.
Bazooka. Nice. Oh my
So you pick up the bazooka with your right hand,
Yeah.
and then you take your left hand and you put the pill.
Okay.
Can you get the?
Ah. Okay.
There
Where do
you
you
go,
put
and
it
you
here?
put it into the little slot. Oh,
Wait a
oh,
minute.
uh-oh. All right, hold on. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Oh,
Let me
here's
see.
the
This looks
laser.
a little
This is pretty self-explanatory.
right. Cool.
All right. So now we have to choose a treatment. Well, I'm going to go with my favorite, the oral treatment.
Okay. Oh. All right. Now let's see if I can
Okay, here we go.
do this.
Game time.
And
Yeah, on the bottom here.
Oh, got it. Got it. All right. Okay. I already have one. All right.
Oh no. Oh no.
Fun. It seems like this would be fun for like um field trips and things like, well, I mean virtual field trips.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, so I guess we all did pretty bad. I was busy chatting, but the cool thing is that actually looks like today there's a glitch, but
No.
you normally you should be able to see all of the scores that you've ever had.
Oh
So what
no.
you'll be able to see is
Nice.
you'll see like, oh, Holly Q, she's been here 10 times and she's like the top scorer in this game, and you can come in and we're gonna be following that and giving people shout outs on social media, and just creating buzz and awareness around it, and getting people excited about kind of the uniqueness of it, and also like sort of the educational piece.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool, that's fun. So we have, let's see, we checked out pretty much, then we have the
Yep.
information on the walls over here. Hmm.
And there's tons of, the cool thing is that there's lots of little places that people can explore, fun little Easter eggs that they can find, and I certainly invite you, when we're done here, we're kind of hitting the highlights, but if you want to
Mm-hmm.
come back in again and check some of this out, and really and that's a big part of it, is like getting people in here and you know creating this like community and creating a space
Yeah.
where people can be. The great thing about the podiatry world is we could have an event in here. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
let me kind of show you sort of. We could have a very like a fireside chat or a small
Mm-hmm.
Q&A with even a group of podiatrists or dental surgeons. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So here, we could have a little cocktail hour kind of thing. That's really
Sure.
cool. And we have another space over here if we want to, have a even like a support group, like a
Mm-hmm.
diabetes, like a diabetic neuropathy
Sure.
support group. I mean, there's sort of endless applications here. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is one of our little
Oh.
Easter eggs.
Oh my gosh. That's cute. Nice.
That's more of Pigeon's amazing work there. Just awesome, awesome. So in the interest of time, is it all right if we pop back over? We'll go to the hub,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll check out. We can check out Dermatology World, and then the dermatology practice. So
Sure.
you kind of get a flavor for, what that's like, and
Yeah.
how that, just to kind of give you an idea of like how we're sort
Yeah,
of
yeah.
structured.
Yeah,
Is that cool?
definitely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the best way to do that is
So,
we're going to head back into the building here, and then there's a
okay.
door to the hub just right over there. So we'll do that.
The house call hub.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Before we go to Derm World, Holly, are there any questions or anything? The pop up will go away in just a second. Any
Um,
questions thus far?
no, I don't think so. I think um no, I think I'm ready to check out the next space.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, let's go head out to Derm World. All right, so here we are in
Okay.
dermatology world. Obviously, similar kind of language to podiatry world. Just again, you know, yeah, sure, we could have made it, really,
Mhm.
out there from a architectural wise. It could have been
Mhm.
inside of something, but we really decided it'd be best to give people sort of that frame of reference again as they're because
Yeah.
they're kind of experiencing these to begin with because it is such a new concept.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
kind of the similar concept here. If you come
Mhm.
close, there's a little pop up.
Mhm.
And the cool thing is these are all assets from our game that we'll play in a minute. Um, so what do you say? You want to go check out the game?
Sure.
Oh, you know right where to
That
go. You
is
quick study. You're like, I know this.
um, Yeah, it's the very it's user friendly. Okay, straight ahead for the game.
Yep.
Oh no. Ah.
So our the dermatologist, Dr. Michael Saruk, whose office is in Wilmington, who's
Mhm.
faculty in the University of Penn, was a partner in developing this. He helped us develop this game, and we went to him and said, what's the one thing that if you could gamify, this is kind of the pre part to the game, like, well, what's the one thing that you would pick? And he said sun
Mhm.
protection, right? Because
Mhm.
he is treating the effects of overexposure of sun day in day out and just seeing the
Mhm.
devastating effects that it can have.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
having that, and so we developed this game with him, and I have to say he's really excited about it, and it's been a
That's
great
cool.
pleasure to have him on. Yeah, these are actually, you can were you able to pick one up? You can
I
pick it up and
didn't,
throw
but
it, and there you
oh
go.
no. Nice.
And again,
Ah.
like the educational component, but also like the interactive component. This is a little bit more, like I was saying, go into the like, we're sort of ostensibly in the skin here, and we could have a full immersive experience like that.
Yeah. Oh,
No, there you go.
sorry.
Oh, you got me.
Ah, okay.
All right, I'm gonna move him over there. Watch out, Melissa. Sorry. You ready to go play the game? This game is pretty fast
Sure.
paced, so we'll have a minute to kind of
Okay.
get oriented when we get in there. But you can go ahead and go
Okay.
on in,
Okay.
and I'll follow you if that's okay.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, look, I can see here that for some reason the leaderboards aren't functioning today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I had to
Mm.
update it actually before today. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it could be in some sort of. So, let's see. Um, move side to side and collect items. Okay. Is it something to do with a green square?
It does. We got to get in the green square. Are you ready? You ready to play the game? Oh, I
Okay.
have to warn you, I'm a little bit of a
Okay.
Dune nerd, so
Okay.
I did put I put a little bit. I don't know how you feel about Dune, but I'm a big fan. So, oh, here we
Oh,
go.
okay. Okay. What are we doing here?
So you're moving side to side and trying to get. There you go. Avoid the suns. Ah!
Oh, oh, oh,
Get the SPI.
oh,
Ah. Oh.
oh. Oh, I think I got eaten by a worm.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah.
That was, oh
Oh,
my goodness. That's,
wait. Hold
oh,
on.
wow.
Oh, I get eaten too.
That's cool.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, this is like another example of like a fun thing that people can do together. And when the leaderboards are working, you would
Mm-hmm.
see, again, you would see on the side of the tent here everybody's score, and then you have the
Sure.
persistent variables that encourage people to come back and continue to interact
Mm-hmm.
with the game.
Cool. All
Yeah.
right.
All right. So if we head back to the lobby, here you go.
Okay.
And here we are. We can explore this world a little more, or we can head right over to the dermatology group and check out their world, whatever you'd like to do.
Why don't we go to the next, yeah, let's go to the next
Sure.
one, the dermatology world.
Okay. Okay. So this
So
is,
that's where, okay.
yep,
Through
Delaware Valley
here?
Dermatology. Yep, right through here.
Okay.
So again, here we have, a physical representation of,
Mm-hmm.
a virtual space where,
Yeah.
Dr. Saruk could have an open Q&A. He could
Mm-hmm.
have,
Mm.
a great way to, he could have a small meeting, 4 people could be in
Mm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not in a telehealth perspective, but certainly from,
Mm-hmm.
an educational standpoint, and also connecting with people around the US and Canada. And then, eventually people all around the world will have access to this.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, so what do we have? So the office
So this is similar.
anywhere?
Remember, we were in
Oh,
Brandywine Podiatry, right? So this
yeah.
is, and what House Call has is we have 4 of these like templates, basically. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can pick, if you want one of these 4 templates, and we'll create it and host it within the House Call ecosystem and connect you to all of our content, and then the people will be able, practice would be able to personalize it with obviously their name and their color schemes, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
In here we
Cool.
have some information on the wall. Um,
Mm,
Eventually, we're hoping
nice.
to have some functionality, like cross-platform functionality, to have some
Mm-hmm.
e-commerce integrated into these worlds. So if Dr. Saruk has a
Mm.
skincare line, he might be
Oh,
able
okay.
to have that e-commerce integrated into here, and
That's really cool. Yeah.
that'd be very cool. Yeah, we're hoping,
Yeah.
that's certainly the direction that Meta, yeah, that's coming. So Dr. Saruk is a certified Mohs micrographic surgery expert, and so
Mm-hmm.
in here, yeah, this is his aesthetics
Uh,
room. We have some
oh, yeah.
options for aesthetics. So again, whenever you see those sparkles, it usually means touch me or pick me up and
Right.
see what. Yeah,
Rejuvenating peels.
yeah, that'd be cool if they did some sort of peel function when we put it on. Melissa, we should work on that. That'd be really cool, actually. Over here is
Nice.
a kind of a scary looking syringe. I'll pick it up, but
Yeah.
it's when you pick it up, it says wrinkle relaxers and dermal fillers. Not everybody loves those,
Oh,
so
okay.
you know. Um,
Cool.
I think I was also explaining that Dr. Saruk is an expert in Mohs micrographic surgery. So we created this little infographic here, again, in a
Mm-hmm.
very basic way, but as our library, and this is sort of analogous to the plantar fasciitis exhibit, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a way for healthcare providers to have an explanatory process that's not a picture or words, that's really could be experiential. And
Mm-hmm.
so create, oh, what is Mohs? And then once the mobile application is available, oh, you can go to our practice space and here we have this, this
All
cool little
right.
graphic, or it could even
Mm-hmm.
be like even more interactive than that.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the
Interesting.
things we're working on for the library as well is not just like disease and sort of informationals, but also like instructions, like pre or post operative instructions that could be
Mm.
customized for a provider. Like this is actually how you change your dressing. This is the kind,
Oh,
when I
yeah, yeah.
say drainage, what's
Mm-hmm.
drainage to me as a physician might be very different than what's drainage to my patient. They may
Mm.
not
Mm-hmm.
know what that means,
Right.
and like really showing people as opposed to just telling people, and using all of
Sure.
this technology to like expand the quality of care that people can get.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. And then we have this wall. Okay, yeah. Continuum of care.
Yeah. So I think you kind of get the idea. If you want,
Yeah,
we can
definitely.
head back to the hub. And as
Sure.
far as the travel times, I always kind of say, I remember in the '90s when you had to like have a dial-up modem.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And I think the travel time in between is going to continue to compress to where it's,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
seamless. Now it takes some time
Yeah.
for the headset to load, but I think
Right. It's
hopefully,
not too bad, but again, like I guess if you don't remember what it took longer, it might seem like it takes a while.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so should we
definitely.
head back?
Yeah, yeah. Let's head back to the hub.
Okay.
Again, they can go head back into the dermatology world, or they can head into our hub.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. So,
Okay.
would you want to see the auditorium, or I know you saw it on the video, so we can go
We
over
can
there
go
and hang
take a
out,
quick.
or
We
we
can go take a look. Sure.
sure, yeah, okay, all right. It's right down here. It's sort of the end of the hallway. Oh, there is an upstairs here, so I don't know if you
Oh
can
yeah.
see up through, and that's
I did
that's
notice that.
we were welcome to go check it out. There's nothing up there. There's no doors or anything up there yet.
Right.
Basically, it's spaces that for more of these worlds. And the
Right.
cool thing is too,
Yeah.
Holly, is that we can change this whenever we want, right?
Mhm.
Like, we
Mhm.
don't have to buy we don't have to buy a new building lease. We don't
Yeah.
have to do anything. We just all
Right.
we have to do is just imagine it and build it.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. What am I doing? Hmm. Cool.
Set to whisper, so we might have to be actually kind of close to each other to talk. So, can you
Oh,
hear me?
okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can.
We have that on purpose.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Yeah. Now I can.
Yeah, yeah, you have to be. And that's,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah. Yeah.
if people are discussing things during the lecture,
There-
you don't want them to be
Exactly.
um disruptive. I don't know if you noticed during the live stream there was a couple people tried to rush the stage at one point. It was
Yeah.
it's the public venue, and there aren't a lot of
Right.
rules yet, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So on how people interact.
Yeah.
The great thing is that there's right now there is a capacity limit in here
Mhm.
of close to 30 people basically.
Okay.
um, Now, the great thing is, I think Melissa mentioned it, is that another application, Horizon Venues, which is much
Mhm.
larger and has much more
Mhm.
capacity, is being merged with
Right.
Horizon Worlds. So, for an organization like ours, we might have the opportunity to create an event on Horizon Venues and to have,
Right.
hundreds,
Right. Yeah.
thousands, I mean, it could have tens of
Yeah.
thousands of
Yeah.
people. I
They
mean,
have.
like, there's like no limit to how many people.
Mm.
And when you think about that, you think about a forum where leading health experts could discuss topics that anyone can have access to, anyone can see.
Mhm.
That really, like, for me, it's a central tenet to the house call mission, is to use this technology to expand health equity and health access. And health equity is something that I see all the time, the disparity in health equity. So, um, Holly, are you still there?
I am.
Oh,
I was
okay.
taking a
Oh,
picture. I'm still here. I've been
I know
hearing
that's
you the
okay.
whole time.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm like chatting away.
Did I disappear?
You did.
Oh,
And
oh, I'm
but it's
sorry.
fine.
I
It's
was like,
perfectly
I
fine.
wanted to
You,
take a picture. Okay. Oh,
yeah,
I'm here.
please,
And
please.
I could hear you. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I was just, basically just talking about the central mission and how,
Yeah,
how,
yeah. No, yeah, no.
we,
I heard it. I could hear you.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Um, yeah. I didn't realize it was going to disappear. Any, but yeah, it's that. I think that's it's a cool thing. I find I haven't what is it? There's worlds, and then the one that's merging is really cool. It's really
Oh,
overwhelming though too, and I think that like
yeah.
um having more like I don't know spaces that you sort of like plan to come and like go to certain events, which I kind of do. I'm not totally acclimated to it yet, but this is a cool space.
Thank you. Well, I mean, the idea was that, you know, as we create this like ecosystem, right? As we create a a, a a space where people can go for trusted health content, right? Can interact with this information in a new and maybe an expansive way. They can find a healthcare provider, they can have a lecture. This is like leveraging this expansion of technology to really bring health access to people who wouldn't necessarily have access to this
Yeah.
kind of information, this kind of content. And
Mhm.
especially doing it, we're not doing it on a proprietary headset, we're not doing it on a
Mhm.
proprietary software. Like, we're doing this effectively in a public space. As a matter of fact, we're in a public
Mhm.
space right now, in the exact
Yeah.
same way. Anyone could walk into this space at this moment and
Mhm.
potentially participate or interact with us. And I think, from my perspective, that's what's so exciting about this, is that it could be, the potential here is just like limitless.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Um yeah, it's exciting. There's a lot of possibilities for this. Um so when is do you have more events planned? I mean,
We
I know
do.
there's definitely going to be more, but
Yeah, yeah.
um um
um, our next event is Dr. Corey Dubois is a fellowship trained foot and ankle surgeon
okay.
in Delaware.
Okay.
It's that's where I am. So that's where a
Mhm.
lot of these
Mhm.
providers are
Yeah.
coming from initially.
Yeah.
His lecture is going to be on sports medicine and specifically
Oh,
ankle injuries.
cool.
And
Okay.
we're really looking forward to having not just a sort of like a talk, but actually more of an immersive experience ingrained in that. We're working towards that. We're hopeful that that's coming. And then looking for other specialties to do other talks. In particular,
Mhm.
mental health. Obviously, that's
Mhm.
a big topic lately. And having someone, and thinking that these talks can be broadcast, and anyone can come, right? And
Right,
anyone can
right.
interact, and anyone can ask, and in a completely novel way. Having that, we have some more Q&As scheduled, smaller Q&As, and we're hoping to create other events just to keep people interested, and make sure that everybody knows what's going on. And then also to give our physician partners a chance to shine, to
Mhm.
share their little corner of medicine and share more about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So yeah, it seems like we've covered most of this space.
Yep.
It's really I really appreciate you showing me around because there's a lot here and it's very cool. And I think, especially like and also especially thank you for the video because I think that's something that would get people to like actually see and get like obviously a better um understanding of of the experience.
Yes.
So that should be very cool. Um all right. Well, I don't know. So I don't know if there's anything else. Should we go back to the main hub?
The main hub, there's one other world. There's the world that's
Okay,
Dr. Greenleaf's world. So if we go hop in the hub, and
sure.
again, like the part of the travel, as we're still in development, we're still working
Mhm.
out the best ways to create the travel experience, to make
Mhm.
it so that there's not quite as much backward and forward. And
Mhm.
some of that is
Sure.
just platform
Mhm.
restrictions and
Mhm.
limitations, and some of it is as we product test this and see how people move around. Hopefully there won't be quite as much travel time, but yeah, if we go to the hub, we'll be
Okay.
able to see Dr. Greenleaf's
Sure. Yeah,
space.
let's check out the last
get through here. So our women's
Okay. Mm, oh, come on. All right.
Right. So this is another one of our templates. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
third of the three templates. Brand new one, Podiatry was one
Mm-hmm.
template, which was a little more open. This has a little bit more of a homey feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, Delaware Valley Dermatology. So you can kind of get the idea that's what we're
Yeah.
doing. And again,
Yeah.
this offers her, Dr. Greenleaf is just an amazing woman. She is
Mm.
the first woman board certified in urogynecology in the US.
No,
She's written
wow.
books, she's podcasts, I mean, she's just like
Cool.
unstoppable. She's an amazing woman and
Awesome.
really an advocate for women's health and just really does some amazing stuff. So we were very excited to have her
Yeah.
be a part of the development of this. Um, and this is the space where she held her first Q&A, which was open
Okay.
to the public and people could come in and ask her questions. And she said it really went the whole hour and everybody,
Mm.
all the people that came were, interested and people had marked the event on the calendar.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
There's an events tab in here so you can actually find these events. That's
Oh,
another way
cool.
that people
Cool.
can find us. And we have some rooms over here that eventually, as we're able to bring in video, you might notice this is the infographic from her talk.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So we brought that in here, but eventually we could potentially have her talk being, played on the video here so that
Right,
anybody who comes
right.
into the space could sort of watch that and
Oh,
interact with that.
yeah, yeah. Nice. And then we have yeah, cool.
So you can see like we can really with we're just changing the we can change colors and things like
Sure.
that and any healthcare provider will have access to this and importantly people have access to it. So
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
makes us really excited about it.
yeah.
I really appreciate the opportunity to meet with you and kind of show you again. I know you
Yes,
were,
thank you
you know,
for inviting me to tour it because it's very cool and I don't know if I would have been able to. I would have probably been able to figure it out. It's pretty user friendly, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
always nice to have somebody to sort of explain to talk you through it. So
sure,
that's cool.
yeah,
It's really cool. Um,
yeah,
and I definitely appreciate it.
yeah.
Um, okay, so we have it. Oh, that was the event. Okay, that was the event that just
That was
happened.
event.
Right.
And actually, it's interesting. There are some glitches. since that event, we actually have republished this world, but for some reason it's reverted
Mm.
back to a previous publication. So I'm not really
Oh.
sure why that happened.
Oh. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so
Seems like
I guess I
Horizon
have
is
to.
just having a little bit
It's
of a
growing pains. It's
yeah,
growing pains.
exactly.
It's very,
Yeah, right.
very, very common, and
Mhm.
another part of why it's so important to have people like Pigeon and Ashes as a part of the team. People who are really, really just amazingly talented and do such much, such great work.
Yeah, yeah, it's a beautiful space or spaces. Really cool. Um, all right. So this the last space that we haven't looked at yet?
I guess so. Yeah, this would have been the
Yeah,
last space of the spaces that we
cool.
have published that are,
Mm-hmm.
ready for ready for prime
Well,
time.
definitely as it expands, I'm interested in, like coming and seeing how it sort of grows and changes or also events, things like that.
Yeah.
Definitely keep me in the loop for all of that. Um, okay.
Is it all right if I share your email address with Melissa so that she
Absolutely.
can send you the footage
Absolutely. Yes,
from
absolutely.
here?
Holly,
Okay.
technically. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I'll share the email address.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah. So oh, I think so. Yeah.